Don't you just love pigs? I do. Especially when they're dead. I'll show you guys something. Like it. So this is just a spawner that you can't actually see because there's so many particle effects. But just but what it does is a spawner set the delay set to like 1 tick or something. I don't know, very, very low number, the lowest number it can be. And it's set to spawn up to, I think, 8 arrows at one time, within a radius of, or diameter of 5. But it doesn't want to use this block here. So I think it might actually be 4. But yeah, so it just constantly spawns, and I'm getting 21 frames a second. But yeah, so that's really just a really basic arrow spawner. Then over here, there's a really cool spawner I've made where it does this. It shoots off arrows instead of waves and straight up, which you might say, oh, that's not that cool, but I actually had 3 here, but I had to delete 2 because for some reason this one with the 2 nearby wouldn't spawn. I guess it was because entities capped out in the little in the range. But yeah, so I had 3 here. And because there's 3 values you can set for which direction you want the mob entities to move, and I set 1 to I set each one to 1 individually. So there's 1, 1, 1. So. And I worked out which one was X, Y, and Z. Oh, so this one's Y. So, that. I wonder if doing this will fix anything. It actually looks pretty cool. But, yeah, that's what that does. And now let's go to the cooking. I'll die pretty soon. Oh, I won't really. But game mode 1. This here. I wonder what will happen if I do this. Oh wait, the delay has to go. Then I'll start spawning rapidly. Let's see. Come on. What I'd set, the reason this is so big is I'd set it up, yep, so that I need to fix, you know what, I'll fix this and I'll be right back, and then I'll show you, and I might build 1 or 2 more things, because, okay guys, so I've removed all the blocks around it with MC Edit, and so this is what it does, sort of like a hail of arrows. Could make for a pretty cool game if there was a couple more spawners. So if you're running to this, you might have mobs around. You're like, oh no! Die, but it's not that good. Just a cool experiment I made. This is with 1, this is with whatchamajiggy. Everything's set to 1, so the motion set to 1, so they just, or actually I think, if you ever watch it, I think, never mind. But yeah, this is with everything set to 1, and so they spawn, and they fall. So there's that. Then over here, hopefully this spawns. It doesn't spawn that often. Maybe I'll have to change it, but this is a blaze ball. Actually, I think it does spawn, but I don't know if it's because I'm in peaceful or not, that it just doesn't appear. But I don't know. But that's just a blaze ball. They've got this one here, which I really like. And then this one here. This one here is where everything's set to 3. So it shoots extremely fast. As you can see, quite a large angle. If we follow the trajectory, I think it goes out to about here, or further than that. Follow the trajectory. Oh, yep, there we go. Look. Yeah, I had a gas ball spawner, but so the spawner would spawn gas balls like this. So it'd just be sitting there, and then you'd walk up to it, and you'd left click, and fire away. So let's see if we can't find out where it is. It's a very long way. Here we go. Oh, here. That's from just there, which you can barely see, is how far it went. What is with the loading today? Oh, yeah, today, because the last section was recorded yesterday, because it was late at night, and so I decided when I fixed up a couple of things that I'd stop and stop for the night. Black. But yeah, so the gospel spawners would spawn gospel, you'd stand around and then you'd hit it and it'd go flying off. It's really cool if you had it like at a base in a map, because you'd have yeah, and base in a map because you'd have come on, buddies, you're all dead. Watch this, okay? Game mode. Ready? There you go. 1 arrow. That's how powerful it is. 1 measly little arrow. Oh, this here? Oh, yeah. So this here is something I was going to do if speed potions worked on mobs. What I was going to do is in one of my maps, all these here, they spawn with 1 health. Well, I set them to 1 health, but they have 2 health for some reason. So have a look, 2 hits instead of 20 hits. And so what I was going to have is I was going to have tons of these hidden around. So it'd be really easy to kill. But then I'd give them speed too, so they'd run up to you. They'd have... Do I have particles off? No. Oh yeah, that's right, I didn't add it. But they'd have weakness, like... I'd work out the weakness so that they'd only do half a heart of damage. 1 heart of damage. I'd set it so the spawners spawned like hundreds of these really quickly. Like hundreds of these really quickly. And so... spawns tons of them out. So like, and do that. So it spawn hundreds of mobs that you can hit pretty much in 1 hit, and they will take, and you will take, and they will do like no damage. So it'd sort of be like just a fun round. So that's what it's going to do with this. And the reason this is on top, because if we take it off, we'll wait till some. spawns out of tickets. Yeah. Sometimes they spawn on top, so that's just to stop them. But yeah. So what I'm gonna do, these guys here. I'm trying to show you how I sort of do this stuff. So I'll be going. Actually. He's following me. Okay. So what I do, get him isolated. Oh, you're kidding. And then we'll just spawn one. Spawn a creeper. Okay, he's there. Now let's say I want him to have regen 2 and invisibility. So and now invisible. Okay, so he's just there. What I'm gonna do, fix it out. Sorry about that, I completely forgot that once you edit Minecraft it stops recording. I thought I was just gonna keep on recording. So just a sec. Fix this. I'm gonna replace and stone. Fiddle. Control D. So what I do here is the creeper. This entity right here. So click and drag over it. Move this back. And then if we click filter, here are lots of filters, and so this one here is by Sethbling and it's create spawners. So at the moment I don't want position data. Position data means that once I create the spawner will always spawn where that red box is, this one right here. So filter, and then as you can see the entity disappears, and I get a spawner. So if I grab this, move it up a bit, and just over a bit. This is my spawner here. Okay, so this spawner is the creeper spawner with the invisibility and the whatchamajiggy. I can't remember. It's good. So what I want to do, so I can actually edit it, is press export, and you won't be able to see this, but there's another little window open, and it's just where I want to save this schematic. So I'm going to save it as creeper spawner. Oops, can't spell. Spawner, and then invisibility and regen. So save that. Can I save it? Oh no, wait. Because it's got stuff. Visibility. I save it now. Why can't I save it? Oh. Why can I not save this? Just save it as creepers. Save. Save. Why? What? Okay, that was weird. Copy, and I'll do it this way because maybe it'll work now. Schematics. Now let's try. Creeper spawner. Okay, now it works. Okay, that was kind of weird. So I'll open up this thing called NBT editor, and that is what I use to edit the files. So I'll be right. Okay, so here I am in NBT editor, and as you can see, it's creeper spawner.schematic. So here we have. So let's have a look at the different parts. So here we have what the different things are. I don't really know what this means. I know that this is just the width, height, and length of the actual block, which is 1 by 1 by 1. And then this is entirety, so that's what inside of it, but there's none at the moment. So in here you've got tile entities. So this is what's actually to do with the block. So I'm pretty sure this is going to be for some stuff as well. So here we have, let's close that. Here we have the delay. This is what the delay and for spawning is. Oops. For spawning, so at the moment it's set to 120, but there's nothing here that means anything, and that's because we haven't actually opened this in Minecraft. So what I'll actually have to do is go to games, mcedit, data, mcedit schematics, and this is my motion arrow, so this is the arrow schematic. I'll show you what happens here. So if I press plus, no, I don't want that. That's annoying. Hello, fraps. So if you have a look, in this one here, it's got 8 entries, and this one here has 14 entries. And see the difference? Delay, max, entities, and things like that are not here. So just to make it easier to understand, I'll go off this. So here is the delay. This is, like I said before, this is the delay. I think it's in ticks. I'm not so sure about that. That the spawner is set to, so each time it spawns, it goes back to a delay of 1. So this here is the max nearby entity. So this is the main amount of whatever entities are nearby. So for normal spawners, I'm pretty sure that's an 8, because you can only have 8 of that certain mob nearby. This here is the max spawn delay. So each time it goes to spawn, it'll pick a random number between the min and max, which for me would be 1, well, 0 to 2, because I'm pretty sure it includes that, but I might be wrong. And then once it gets to that spawn, we'll do it. But if the spawn delay picked, the spawn delay picked will be between the min and max, and so the delay will have to get up to that before it'll spawn again. Well, it'll attempt to spawn. This required player range means how far away the player must be before it'll start spawning, which is 32. This is how many, the max amount it could spawn per count, per time it tries to spawn. So that's set to 4. This is the spawn range, which is always set to 4 for spawners. That's why when you build a spawner trap, it's always 8 by 8 by 6, I think. Pretty sure, yeah. So that's what it's always like this. X, Y, and Z means pretty sure this is to do with the point of origin of the little thing in the middle, the little spinning entity. And I think since the spinning entities are about 1 block, so that's set to originate on 0, 0, 0 inside of that block, inside of the mob spawner. So I'm not so sure about that. That's just kind of guess. This entity ID means what it is spawning. This ID here means what ID of the block it is. So yeah. Then down here we have the spawn data. So I don't know what these mean, these first couple, 6, because I haven't really worked them out. Don't know what air means. Fire means it will spawn whether or not it's on fire or not. Don't know what that is. Dimension, what I think it means is what dimension it'll either the spawner is in or where it will spawn. Full distance, don't know. Damage is like the damage to the, not the like actual damage like hearts, but if you have a look, like the damage value for like I think black wool is 15 because it's 35-15. Sort of like that is good. Like when you have a look at it, its ID value it might be 10, but its damage value might be 4. And so okay, example, stone brick ID is 98. Circle stone brick ID is 98 damage 4. So that's what it sort of means. So what type of thing? Motion is what we use to choose what direction it goes. So a motion of 333 means it's going to go 3 blocks in the x-axis, 3 blocks in the z-axis, and 3 blocks in the y-axis. So it starts off X, Y, Z, just how you see it in game. So that's kind of easy to remember. And rotation, I think, means like what angle is it rotating at? So when it spawns, what angle is it at? And I think this 0 here is for the x-axis, well, like the 360 horizontal, and this is 360 vertical. I'm pretty sure. At the moment, nothing I do, like whatever I put here, it doesn't really change, but I think that's because it's an arrow spawner, and so when it spawns, the arrows automatically change direction to go with the motion. But if it's a mob, you could set the mob to like face backwards sort of thing. Yeah. So that's how I change it and create mob spawners. You can create them for everything. Like you can create them for pork chops and have an unlimited food spawner, which would be pretty cool. So yeah. Oh. That came out of nowhere. Forgot to mic my mic. And what am I thinking? Oh, and there's different ones up here. So if I have a look on this one, oh, that's cool. Oh, it's different stuff. Oh, yep, there we go. It's not the end of this episode because I completely forgot about looking up here. But in this one, as you see, it changes for each type of entity. For this one, can pick up loot. So if 0, it can't pick up loot, 1 can. And that's pretty much what it means. So if you drop items on the ground, it'll pick it up. Explosion radius, I could change that to like 100. No, I'm not going to change it to 100. Because that would be kind of ridiculous. Invulnerable means if it's invincible or not. Just kind of cheating. On ground means whether or not it's on ground. Persistence, I think that's to do with if it's 0, it's default persistence. Or if you change it, it might change. Like what it means by persistence is how far away does it have to be before it despawns, sort of thing. Attack time and death time. Don't know what that is. Fire. -1, I think that means it can become on fire. Fuse is 30, so that's how long it'll take. So if you set it to 1, it just goes poof, instantly. Health, you kind of can't tell what that means. Hurt time, don't really know what that means. And active effects. Now, yes. I think this is this here. I'm pretty sure it's both the potions. Yep. So both potions. So this is probably the invisibility. No, this is probably the regen potion. I'd have to check what ID each is. And this is probably the invisibility potion. So you could change the ID. And amplify means, I think means like is it level 1, level 2, level 99, which you can actually get now. And stuff like that. So that's pretty good. Then here, drop chance. I think it's just the chance for it to drop its item. This one here, I know what this is. See, it says equipment, but there's none because at the moment they don't equip any equipment. They don't hold anything. So each of these, I don't know what order it might be. It might be helmet, chest, leggings, boots, and then sword. Well, or bow, and you'd have all that. So if you went to a skeleton, maybe this one because it's it would be the weapon would be a bow, and a zombie which you pimped out with full diamond armor and stuff would be all of this. It'd be set to stuff. So I don't know what that is. Motion is the motion at which it's moving, and rotation. Oh, it's 534. Okay. Is which way it's pointing. So yeah, I know it might not have been a good explanation, but I don't really know too much on what I'm doing. You could watch some of Seth Bling's videos. I don't think he explains how to do it all, because he sort of has MC edit filters that do it himself, but those aren't as customizable as using NPT editor for the schematics. So you could go download that, use some of Seth Bling's things, and create your own spawners. So yeah, thanks for watching, and see you later. See you in the next one, if there is the next one. Probably will be.